Welcome to the course on computer design of electrical machines. We will have a lecture 41 today. As a tutorial 3 on determination of transformer operating point. The outline of the presentation up to this is starting with the introduction, design parameterization, problem statement, codes and solution and references. And coming with the introduction, the usual procedure for excitation in finite element method problem is to supply a constant current, typically steady state, and obtain the solution. But for the problem like transformer, induction motor, etc., the determination of actual operating point is very important. So this operating point may change from the steady state operating point due to the wrong estimation of impedances. So for time harmonic magnetic problems in finite FEMM 4.0, the winding with the specified current can be modeled and the voltage drop across these winding can be computed as an analysis result. However, it is often the case that one would like to specify the voltage across a winding and computing the resulting current. The case of transformer is even more difficult. One generally would like to specify the voltage across the primary of the winding and the secondary load impedance and to obtain the resulting operating current density in the transformer. The following example guides so the determination of operating point of transformer by iteratively converging onto a solution. Well, coming to design parameterization. So, design parameterization is the process of defining parameters for use in design, and this can be used for both geometric variables or design variables. And as seen in the previous tutorial, we have observed the use of coordinates by defining the geometry of a power magnet. Better way to represent the problem would be to define it as a parameter, thereby having control over that parameter later. Here, instead of defining typically as a, you can see on the left side figure that with the coordinate, all four coordinates with the arrow direction. Similarly, with the dimensions in the second, typically in the same parameterization. So, instead of approach 1, it is better to go approach 2 as it makes the use of parameter variation which can be used in optimization iteratively the solution. And for this tutorial, we will use some design variables to change the circuit parameters. As you can see, circuit parameters here are x1, x2 original point, then x1 plus land mag and x1 plus mag plus 1 plus mag and plus then x4 x1 plus y1 plus mag. So design variables are pm magnetization angle and pm p mag equal to 0 degree and define the MATLAB or Python. Now coming to problem statement, the single phase isolation transformer consider in the node shown in the figure. As you can see with the purple, typically with the turns as well as the material on the typically of ferromagnetic core. This particular transformer has a 260 turns in the primary and 90 turns in the secondary, producing a 120 volt input to the primary, approximately 40 volt in the across the secondary. The dimension of the transformer core are 4.125 inch into 3.4375 inch into 1.625 inch. So it can be noted that the following effects are automatically included by the material property definition used in example and hysteresis and eddy current losses in the laminations and proxy and skin effect in the transformer winding. Coming to derivation of the iterative method, an automatic iterative method for determining the operating current is desired if the problem is linear. Two equations related to the applied voltage and resulting current will be written as corresponding equation circuit parameter here as in the circuit is shown, that j omega L1 I1 plus j omega M I2 plus R1 I1 equal to V1 and j omega M II plus j omega L2 I2 plus R2 plus Z into I2 equal to 0. Well, resistance R1, R2 are represent the internal resistance of the transformer and inductance L1, L2 represent the self-inductance of the primary and secondary windings, and mutual inductance M links the two winding and the mutual inductance is closely related to the self-inductance. And from this we can just write this equation again, I1 plus j omega 2 M I2 plus R1 I1 equal to V1. Similarly for j omega I1 plus j omega L2 I2 plus R2 plus Z into I2 equal to 0, and where Z is the load impedance, and you can write I1 upon N1 square approximately equal to I2 into N square equal to M upon N1 N2. of course it may little differ because of the leakage inductance. So when the written in matrix form, we can write ZT plus ZL in bracket I equal to V, and where ZT matrix internal transformer internal impedance matrix can be written ZT equal to in bracket J omega 1 plus R1, J omega M, then J omega M, then J omega L2 plus R2, and the load impedance matrix ZL is defined as ZL equal to bracket 0 0 0 Z. Then the voltage vector is defined as V equal to V1 and 0, and current vector is I equal to I1 0. So we could further define the voltage drop for just transformer impedance by VF. So by definition, we can say V equal to ZT into I, and from this equation, we can write ZT plus ZL into I equal to V minus VT minus ZT I, and this equation can be typically arranged into I equal to ZT plus ZL to power minus 1 into V minus VT plus ZT into I, or equal to ZT plus ZL to power minus 1 into V minus VT minus ZL into I plus ZT plus ZL into I, or equal to I plus ZT plus ZL power minus 1 into V minus VT minus ZL into I. So this development suggests an iterative method for determining the operating current in transformer in FEMM, and that is IK1 plus equal to IK plus ZT plus ZL to power minus 1 into V minus in bracket VT IK plus ZL into IK and bracket close, where IN is the vector of current at the nth iteration and VT IK is the vector of winding voltage drops obtained from the post processing of a FEMM analysis with IK specified at the winding current. So in just about all cases of interest, the transformer consists of nonlinear material. So there is not a single transformer impedance ZT. So instead, for the purposes of iteration, a fixed approximate transformer impedance matrix is used. A good choice will be no load transformer impedance matrix, that is open secondary with primary driven at the nominal design voltage, and the approximate impedance is essentially used to scale the error between the desired and computed voltage to produce the new current vector approximation. And it is interesting to note that if the problem was linear and the approximation of ZT was exact, then the iteration will converge to one step. And if the problem is linear but ZT is not exact, or if the problem is non-linear, the iteration will probably converge, but multiple iteration will be required. Now coming to code and simulation, and these are the initial parameters with the code defining the transformer, and this N1 equal to 60, N2 equal to 90, and V1 120, Z2 equal to 10, and Ix equal to 0.12. Some of the design parameters of the transformer are defined here with the initial guess of no load current Ix. Now these are again the code for import column and sort this with open FEMM and open document with the my transformer.fem, and then mi save edge temp m, and then mi secretary primary mi ix, and then prime typically mi set current secondary 0, then mi analyze and m load simulation. In this step, an existing .fem file with the geometry material and winding define is uploaded and sold, and this is the typically can change the material property using the property tab material just as modify in this diagram, and then problem information is defined under problem tab. Then can change the material property under property tab. Circuit modify, this is where the parameterization helps in changing the design variable as intended, and here the boundary condition along with the outside edges of the transformer at side, and a zero magnetic vector potential boundary choose homogeneous Dirichlet condition, and this is typically the problem. So here ZT equal to 0 comma semicolon 0 comma 0, and R equal to MO underscore get circuit property in bracket primary, and ZT 1 comma 1 equal to R2 by X, and R MO underscore get circuit parameters as a secondary, and ZT 1 comma 2 equal to R2 upon X, and ZT 2 1 equal to ZT 1 2, and Z2 2 equal to ZT 1 comma 1 into N2 upon N1 to power 2, Based on the initial guess of the no load current, the ZT matrix is formed by extracting the circuit parameters. Here is the again Z1 equal to 0, 0, semicolon 0 to Z2, and we square root 2 into in bracket V1 semicolon 0, and IC equal to ZT upon ZT plus Z1 divided by V. So create the load impedance matrix and voltage vector and compute the initial current estimate for this voltage and load impedance. And this is typically the code for initial step count of 100. We can analyze, and from this we can say IK1 equal to IK plus ZT plus Z1 ZL to power minus 1 into bracket V minus VT as a function IK plus ZL IK. So the previously derived iteration is then repeated until the error the desired and computed terminal voltage are less than 0.1 volt. And this is here is the solution. A is the contour typically of and fluctuancy plot of the final, and here we see the solution converge after 7 iterations to find the actual operating point for which the voltage, current and impedance are now known. And things to try plug in a different load impedance and observe the changes, and try starting from the different initial current estimation value. So what is next? It is suggested that the student can try designing and modeling their own transformer and replicating the problem accordingly, and can also have a deeper dive into effect of such as the effect of a small air gap at the elimination joint, rolling direction and end turn impedance. Now coming to conclusion, FEMM only consider the current driven magnetic problem. However, a method has been described in which the script can be used to credibly determine the current required to produce a specified terminal voltage with the arbitrary specified external load, and the method was applied to a simple transformer model, but a generalized version of the approach could be applied to a more elaborated transformer model or to a model of some AC device with more current or more elaborated load such as an induction model. These are the references which are used for typically of developing this model, and thank you.